Hello everyone, welcome back to Assetto Corsa Competizione for the final round of the Coach Dave GT3 Sprint series on Low Fuel Motorsport. Now I didn't think I was going to get the chance to do another LFM race this season, but an opportunity arose today. I'll be honest though, I wish I hadn't bothered. This was a terrible way to end the season. Two races that were both diabolical disasters. Now it's very rare a race pushes me to the brink of rage quitting, but by the end of the second one today, I was fuming. Let's get on track and see what happened. Well, it's the first time that I've fired up ACC in 3 weeks, so I'm lacking a bit of familiarity with the car and its handling, and as a result we've qualified all the way down in 23rd out of 28 on the grid for this first race. So I'm certainly not expecting anything outstanding, but if I can just keep it clean, keep my nose out of trouble and pick up a few positions, I'll be happy with that. We've already gained one because there was a Ferrari in the gravel on the outside there. That was Danny Piquet who qualified in 12th, so we're up one place. However, we've got cars on the outside of us here, so we're going to have to take a narrower line into Villeneuve. Oh, what a big hit from behind. That was Orzi and Gaudi and the Ferrari clobbering us. We find ourselves in the sand, rejoining right at the back of the pack. What a terrible start to this opening race. I mean, I knew exactly where Gaudi was and I tried to leave him some space, but obviously I didn't leave him enough space. Let's check out the replay. First, the incident at T1 when Piquet got nudged off. So that gave us one position and I was quite relieved to navigate my way through the first chicane unscathed, but keep your eye on the black Ferrari of Gaudi. He's going to make a move up the inside through Villeneuve. He just tags my rear. And yeah, I was turning in to make the apex. I knew he was there, I just didn't realise quite how close he was. As you can see from the overhead shot, he leaves it quite late to try and move up the inside. By that time, I'm already committed to turning into the corner and it ends in tears. And sadly, that was where my race ended, within a few corners. By the time I rejoined and got back up to speed, I was about 10 or 12 seconds behind the rest of the pack, and I only picked up 3 places over the rest of the 25 minutes, thanks to DNFs for Christoph Samvar, Alexandra Steinke and Leandro Aruda. Well, the only positive to be gained from driving around for 25 minutes on my own was that it gave me something I don't normally get, and that is practice. And look what a difference it's made. For race 2 an hour later, we've only gone and qualified on the 3rd row of the grid with a time of 1:42.7. Now that's 2 seconds quicker than my qualifying time for race 1. So we've got the grid position, we've got the pace. Can we avoid the carnage? Let's get on track because race 2 is underway. Now we started on the inside for race 1, we're going to be on the outside for this one. Not that I think it makes too much difference because this first chicane at Imola is dangerous no matter where you are. However, we're just going to try and hold it out as wide as we possibly can to give the car space on the inside, but we still get squeezed by the Mercedes of Rene Burkhardt. Oh no, I don't believe it! We've been tagged from behind again for the second race in a row. Oh, thankfully we get off track in the nick of time. I hope we didn't take too many cars with us there. Oh, we did. We took a lot of cars with us. It is a battlefield in front. Cars strewn everywhere. Oh, I do not believe this. We are getting no luck at all so far today. Let's check out the replay and see if we can see what caused it. Now I'm side by side with Rene Burkhardt in the Mercedes, but watch the number 5 Porsche behind. He's going to try and make a move. He runs right into the back of Burkhardt and then drives straight through me. And look at the pandemonium it's caused behind. That's half the grid taken out. Well, we've been no stranger to big pile-ups in ACC lately, and we've just seen another one. Let's ride on board with that number 5 Porsche. Xavier Castano Muniz it is. Now we can see me trading a bit of paint with Burkhardt here, but suddenly Muniz is going to try and go for it. Runs right into the back of the Mercedes, then takes me out as well before carrying on his merry way. So yeah, a real body blow that was. I had high hopes of a good finish here after such a promising display in qualifying, but it's ended even quicker than it did in race 1. The only glimmer of hope we've got this time is that so many other drivers crashed. We managed to gain a few positions straight away just by rejoining, and I'm sure there'll be some cars in there that have picked up heavier damage than I've got. In fact, when I did finally get to rejoin here, I reckon I've passed about 8 or 9 cars, so we're making progress already. There's still an opportunity for a decent result here. We've just got to stick with it. Let's rejoin the live action then. We find ourselves in 19th position out of 29 cars, so believe it or not, there are 10 drivers still behind us. Meanwhile, in front of us, we've got Abada Mabra in the Porsche and Gregory Hofart in the McLaren, and it's the McLaren that's surging ahead. Oh, the Porsche really slow into that corner. We get around the outside of Mabra there. I wonder if he's picked up some damage from that instant because he was really slow through there. So we're in hot pursuit of Hofart now, and he's really hard on the brakes into Acaminerali. I have to try and avoid him. I didn't want to go for the pass up the inside. I had nowhere else to go, and I've lost it again for the second time on this opening lap. Oh, this just goes from bad to worse. But look how early that red McLaren got on the brakes. I mean, he was out over the curb a bit as well. Maybe that spooked him and caused him to brake a little bit harder than he normally would, but it caught me out completely here. We'll get a better view from the chopper cam. And I tried my best to change my line, but just turned in too aggressively in trying to avoid that McLaren. Returning to live action then at the start of lap 3, we find ourselves down in 20th position, and our luck is only going to get worse. Watch the car in front. It looks like he's completely missed the hairpin and has careered into the barrier, but he suddenly reappears in front. Then he jumps forward 100 yards, so it's quickly become clear that he's suffering with a big ping issue. Now we're going to fast forward to later in the lap because that ping issue is going to come back to bite me. Daniel Meerman is the driver in the Porsche. Now he's 2 seconds clear at the moment. We are gaining on him and the pack in front, but then suddenly it looks like he's run off again. But he reappears right behind me and punts me off. So you know it's not your day when you haven't got a car within 2 seconds of you, either in front or behind, and yet you still get punted off. That's got to be one of the worst examples of netcode I've ever seen, and just about sums up my luck in these races today. Let's watch the replay. And you can see how far ahead that Porsche is. I really shouldn't have anything to worry about. I'm just coming around these final 2 corners, minding my own business, and he reappears right on top of me. I mean, it was literally just a split second that he appeared there, but it was right on the point of the track where I was, and it was catastrophic. Well, at least my luck can't get any worse from this, right? Wrong. We're rejoining the live action on lap 11, and it does get worse. There's about 6 minutes of the race left now. I've spent the last 20 minutes trying to close in on these cars in front. I've been taking a little bit of time out of them every lap, and they are now within sight, but there is a car that's come to grief ahead. We're going to charge past, and that puts us up into 18th place. Sasha Muller was the driver of the Porsche who span out there. Now we're going to come into this chicane and just get it slightly wrong. After the punts earlier in the race, I am carrying a fair bit of damage, so this car has been tricky to control. Now that is going to invite Muller to fight right back. Now I know I'm down on pace, so I'm going to stay out wide on the left and leave the gap on the outside, but look, we get punted out once again by Muller this time. Now I surely left more than enough space on the right hand side of the track to get not 1 but 2 Porsches through, so what on earth has happened there? Well, hopefully the replay will have some answers. Let's check it out. Starting with Muller's spin at Acaminerali, just gets on the gas a little bit too quickly and loses the rear, so that allowed me to jump past. Now I know I got this chicane wrong. I clipped the curb on entry, I clipped the curb on exit. That cost me loads of speed, so I knew Muller was coming. Now I moved over to the left hand side of the track, and I thought I left adequate space. Did I? Oh yeah, more than enough space. Muller was like a missile coming from the right of the track to the left. It looked like there was a clip of the grass on the inside curb right there, and that sends the Porsche right into my line and drives straight through me, not for the first time in this race. And I've got to admit, by this point of the afternoon, I was feeling pretty dejected. I've basically been a punch bag for the best part of 2 races, and my finger was hovering over the quit button after that latest mishap. I was really angry, but I decided to stick with it. There was only a few minutes of the race left, and I was going to get a position back. Muller's made a mistake, and there is absolutely no way that I am letting this one go. I'm going to pull off a block pass to get that position back. Nothing was keeping me from grabbing that place back, I can tell you that. Now I've just got to hold on to the position. I've got half a lap left, and it's not going to be easy. Like I said earlier, this Ferrari is not handling at all well after multiple bumps and knocks through this race. So I'm going to hang on here, and hopefully we can gap Muller a little bit. In fact, it looks like we have done already. It's opened up to nearly 1 second as we come through Acca so we can check out the replay to see what happened to Muller this time. And it was coming through Villeneuve, just getting on the gas a bit too early. The rear steps out, he slides into the gravel, hits the barrier, and that gives me the opportunity that I wasn't going to pass. I dived up the inside to grab at least one position back, a small consolation at the end of a terrible day of racing. But we've all had them, right? You just regret ever sitting in your race seat and switching on your PC. Well, it's been one of those days for me. Here are the classified results, and we find ourselves down in 19th position after starting 6th on the grid but not surviving the first lap. So that's it from the current season in Low Fuel Motorsport. I'm sorry I couldn't bring you a more action-packed and exciting final race, but it just wasn't to be here at Imola. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll look forward to seeing you again next season.